Hello everyone, welcome to Sapien blog, Learn to Think Biologically. In this video, we'll talk about biology of human eye. First of all, whenever we talk about human eye, we know that it is one of our sense organ. How many eyes do you have? Any guess? Yes, correct. We have two eyes. So eyes are the sense organ basically involved in vision. Also, it reacts to light and pressure. How? Whenever we go into dark room, our eyes get adjust with it, and whenever the wind is blowing, then eyes are the first part of our body to sense the pressure of wind in our surroundings. Also, we know that eyes are located in a socket-like cavity which is known as orbital cavity. This cavity is supplied by second cranial nerve, which basically sends the message to the brain. Coming to the structure of eye, we know that eye is somewhat spherical in shape. It is just like that. The outer transparent covering is known as cornea, while pupil, it basically situated near the lens. Lens is a reflection which provides us the view of the image. Vitreous humor is a kind of liquid which is present in between the lens and retina. Optic nerve. This is very important. If optic nerves are not there, then there will be no transmission of message. But what do we mean by transmission of message? It means whatever the message of object is, it will not be reached to the brain related to object image. Now retina. Retina, retina is a point where image forms. Sclera, it is also the protective covering. And iris. Iris is responsible for our eye color. And macula, it is the special kind of cells which are located in retina layer, and fovea is a depression in retina layer. This was all about the structure. So let us discuss all these in detail. Let's start with cornea. So we know that cornea are the transparent layer. Whenever we see object, so the light from object enter in our eye through cornea. Then you can see cornea here. This part is the cornea. Pupil. Pupil is located in the center and it is responsible for controlling the amount of light which basically enters in our eye. Then iris. Iris, it controls the size of pupil and is responsible for eye color. So you must have seen there are many people who have blue eye color, brown eye color, green eye color. This is because of their iris. And these filament like structure you can see here. This is nothing but the ciliary muscle. So, ciliary muscle is responsible for holding lens in appropriate position. And one more factor associated with ciliary muscle, they get weak with aging. So, child ciliary muscles are so strong. But when we talk about any, let's say, grandparents, so then their ciliary muscles are comparatively weak when compared to child. Also, one more factor is associated with pupil. So, whenever we go in sunlight, whenever we go in sunlight, at that time, pupil contracts. But when we go in dark, then pupil relax, or we can say that pupil dilates. So these are some important function associated with these parts. Now we'll talk about some important liquids which is present in our eye in the form of aqueous humor and vitreous humor. So as you can see, aqueous humor, it is present in between cornea and lens. That means the front part of our eyes. Here, it is present here. So it is present in the front part of eye. So whenever we cry, it get converted into tear form, right? Also, tears, they generally secreted out from lacrimal glands, and one important thing associated with tears are that their pH is around 7.4. One crazy fact about tear is that when we cut the onion, so at that time onion has certain chemicals which basically produces tears in your eye. So that specific chemical is known as sulfur. Then when we talk about vitreous humor, so we know that vitreous humor is present in the back portion of eye, basically in between lens and retina. So it is here almost. Whenever there is eye infection, so that infection can be tracked by checking vitreous humor. So it aids in checking eye infection. Retina plays important role. It is a part of eye which is related with formation of real and inverted image of an object, and the optic nerve. These play a big and important role whenever it comes to eye function. So they are involved in sending message from eye to the brain and result in formation of virtual and erect image. So in competitive exams, these type of questions can be asked. So what type of image optic nerves aid in their formation? It will be virtual and erect. But if they ask what kind of images formed on retina, then it is real and inverted. So these two are important points. Coming to sclera, it is the white outer layer of eyeball, somewhat here. We can say that this part is sclera, and fovea. Fovea is a kind of pit and the center of macula. So, in retina, there are some special cells which are macula, and in macula, there is one kind of cell which is forming a depression, like here. So, this depression is known as fovea. So, basically, the purpose is that fovea provides visual clarity, and macula, their function is to process sharp, clear, and perfect vision. So these are the important functions of eyes, various parts. Now there are some other information, important information related with eyes. So first of all, persistence of image in front of human eye is basically 1 by 16 second. And the near point of human eye, any guess, is approximately 25 centimeter. Now similarly, far point of human eye is infinity. That means I can see limitless, up to limitless distance. I hope you understand the concept. Thank you very much.